Hi, my name is Caitlin Wright, and I'm a senior at the Oakridge School. Those of you that know me know that I love baseball and hockey, and because of this, I hope to study sports journalism in college. And I grew up watching sports, but what's interesting about my generation growing up with sports is that we're a generation that's invested in technology. So we've watched sports through many different types of media. And while most people in our generation don't realize it, we've seen and been a part of some of the biggest changes in sports due to all of this new technology. The link between mass media and sports began with the newspaper. Now, almost 30% of some papers are dedicated to sports, and the sports sections have nearly 5 times the amount of readers than any other section. Also, half the space at any newsstand is dedicated to sports-related magazines and papers. Television has been the real game changer, though. Often people wonder why pro sports players have such high salaries. Well, part of the reason is because of sports being televised. The revenue of each sport tends to be increased based on how much TV time they get, which allows players' salaries to increase as well. By exposing sports through television, owners have been allowed to drive up the cost of attending games. Not to mention all of the advertising players get outside of their events on TV. The more exposure a player gets, the more their agents are able to use this perceived popularity to help them in negotiating their contracts. And the media has been a driving force for certain changes in the game as well. For example, the outcry of fans while watching football and baseball games on TV after seeing a bad call made by a referee or an umpire prompted the leagues of each sport to implement reviews of certain calls during the game. Now there are opportunities in both sports for the possibility of reversing a call, which in certain cases can completely change the outcome of a game. Sometimes sports are even modified to accommodate their television broadcast. For example, both football and hockey have what they call TV timeouts, which are used for commercials. And in 2005, the Buffalo Sabres changed the normally white ice in their hockey arena to a shade of light blue. The idea was that with blue ice, the game would become more television friendly. Of course, the new ice color meant that some of the other surfaces would have to change as well. The 2 blue lines were changed to orange, making it easier for referees to make accurate offsides calls, while the red center ice line was changed to a dark blue. I think the most obvious example of media affecting sports, though, would have to be Twitter. Twitter has brought an interesting aspect to sports in that it allows players to interact with their fans on a new level, and it's changed the way news is reported. Nowadays, stories blow up way quicker and live much longer than they did before because Twitter allows reporters to monitor news 24/7. About 83% of people will use a social media site, most often Twitter, while watching a game. Just think about how many sports-related trending topics you've seen. Tim Tebow, for example, now holds the record for most related tweets per second. After an 80-yard touchdown, Tebow-related tweets were being posted at 9,420 per second. By way of media, Jeremy Lin brought linsanity into our vocabulary and became a well-known star in less than a week. There are also many players who learn about being traded through Twitter first rather than their team or their agent. And the trade rumors on Twitter are similar to the game of telephone that we all played in lower school. The rumor starts with one person, but once it gets to the last person, it sounds nothing like it did when it began. Quite often, media can account for a team or a player's virality or popularity. There are sure to be more changes in sports around the corner because of the rapid pace at which the media is changing. So the next time you watch a game on TV, pay attention and see how many parts of the broadcast are driven by social media. Thank you.